been gassy the whole
Alright,
time.
hello everyone. Welcome back. Broke our weekly code.
Yeah.
What's a
But
weekly code?
We had a vow that we were gonna actually commit to doing the show once a week.
You guys haven't been doing it?
we went back to back.
We got back to back. Last semester it was bi-weekly, just
Right.
because we had terrible schedules and we tried to be consistent, but it
Last
didn't work
semester
out
hit
all
us
that
tough.
well.
I feel I hit us
It
hard.
was such a
Yeah.
busy schedule for everyone.
Yeah, everyone.
That this semester we said at our first episode, oh yeah, we're gonna go weekly this time, and
We did not.
we didn't.
We went two.
We had two, and then we had the NFL Combine, which is like my Sunday mass, and we had an Iona game. But
Yes.
who's our guest? You want to introduce?
Our guest is
Yeah,
host.
introduce me, Danny.
Yes, our guest is the former host of Spreading the Floor, the former host of a bunch of other podcasts, but the current host of a fantastic podcast, which I highly recommend you listen to, the Jacob Cooperman Show. The man
Danny's always
himself,
plugging my stuff. He's always
the
plugging.
man himself, Jacob Cooperman. Welcome to the show.
Well,
Guys, when you approached me to do this show, I was like, at first, I was like, absolutely not. And then, no, I was like, we were out at the, what was it, the 75 nights?
Yeah, it was
75
75 nights for the seniors.
And I was like, absolutely, to come on Danny's show. At first, I thought it was the show that you did. Actually, maybe that was when we first started, Danny. I don't know if it was even necessarily with this host pairing.
Was
but
it H24 you're talking about?
It might have been where you guys did the forfeits.
Yes. Yeah, that's the sports show. Yeah.
But after you guys told me that you guys don't have a schedule, no, I actually I'm gonna get into why I thought this was a better show. And it's just because it's like you guys don't have. That's exactly the way I like the podcast. You guys don't have a formula. You guys just riff. You guys just go.
Yeah, it's just
I
It's
absolutely
off the
love
cuff
that.
full time.
And that's not like exact. Yeah. And what Danny was saying, like I have the former Spreading the Floor podcast. I feel like sports, there's only so much you could really get into until it kind of becomes a little bit
Yeah.
formulaic.
Well, we dip into whatever.
Sports, yeah. Like, I mean,
like,
if sports,
we'll
comes up,
hop in on sports. We'll hop in on music. We'll hop in on politics. It goes everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm glad. What I'm trying to say, the really roundabout way, is I'm happy to be here, guys. Thank you so much.
Well,
Yeah,
thank you.
we're
Thank
happy
you for
to have
taking
you,
the
dude.
time,
Of course.
You're also
Yeah, you're our second Jacob.
You're a second Jacob.
Tivian, first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was I supposed to? Oh,
Jake
put his
did say
government
2
out
weeks
there.
ago.
Whoops.
Hey, it's fine.
But you also are the first show of ADHD to not have mask requirements.
Yes, this is our first non-masked show.
So
This
you
is
can
what our
s-
faces
Yeah,
look
this
like.
is what we look like. Hi.
I'm glad
Look
that I
how
trimmed the
ugly I
beard
am.
before I came here.
Now
You're a good looking kid, man.
I needed to. I appreciate it. Thank you. I need to hear that every once in a while. As men, we do need to
Yeah.
compliment each
Yeah,
other.
we can't mask our
Yeah,
feelings.
right.
Exactly.
Exactly.
It's okay to cry.
You guys both look cute today.
Do you guys cry
you. He's
a lot?
welcome.
Like,
No, I actually talked about this in a group chat of mine earlier today, because after the 75 nights thing, I FaceTimed some home friends. Apparently, I wasn't all there. And they told me today that they were like messing around. They were like, "Oh yeah, by the way, you cried on FaceTime," and all I said was, "It's about time."
it's
been
about
years."
time. That volcano had to erupt at some point.
Yeah.
I try to keep a healthy dose, a healthy regimen of crying. You know what I'm saying? But I'm also a teddy bear. Like I'm overly emotional to the point where I'll watch Marley and Me, and that's enough.
Yeah, it's tears to
Like
go.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it really doesn't take much of me. And
Yeah.
at first I was kind of like, but now I lead into it. I feel like it's good for guys to be emotional.
Oh yeah, no, it's
It
it's
is.
much more healthy.
Yeah.
I am completely devoid of emotion about like 98% of the time. I don't recommend being like me. I'm not a role model. It's not fun.
But I think it's also there's the other side of the coin too, where you can't be overly emotional all the time.
Well, yeah.
But you also, it's important, to not kind of like.
You need that healthy balance.
I think you need a healthy balance because it goes the other way. I don't think I said this right. It goes the other way too, where you kind of what I'll do sometimes is I'll intellectualize it instead of letting it out. So I'll be like, why am I feeling this way? And then I'll kind of download the information like a robot and then just like analyze it. But with everything in life, there's like finite balance.
Well, yeah. I mean, I feel like I get a decent. I'm not a crier, but I feel like I cry more than not more than I should, but like I do cry.
When was your last cry?
Yeah.
My last cry. We'll define.
We'll
cry.
go around, we'll share.
We'll define cry.
I straight up water coming out of the eyes.
Bawling.
Bawling.
Straight up Niagara Falls, dude.
Bawling. It's been a while. I teared up 4 times after Spider-Man: No Way Home. during that movie.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Self-admitted.
Okay.
Self-admitted.
Was it? Oh, do we want to give spoilers? Maybe the Swedish gentleman in here hasn't seen it yet. I don't know.
Well, we got nothing. We already have a like. What?
That's him, bro. That's him.
Sweet. No, we have no
Dude,
viewers. He like
no.
did like the video.
I don't know why people join our shows all the time. They like them. We get views. We have the 5th most viewed video on the channel.
And you guys say your show isn't good. Should I?
Because
say
it's
that?
not. I don't even watch them. I'm in it and I don't watch them.
Yeah, I mean, you're not supposed to watch. Like, I watch my stuff, but I'm a narcissistic maniac.
But like, even Danny every once in a while says he'll watch one of our episodes.
Right.
I have not watched any of them. Not even once.
I might watch this one back, to be honest.
Yeah.
See if I got anything for Instagram I can clip up.
Perfect.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
But what was I saying? What were we talking? Oh yeah, you were crying. You bawled your you teared up, not bawled your eyes out. Teared up after Spider-Man No Way Home. Was that when?
I'll spoilers ahead. It's been like 3 months. I feel like
if you haven't seen it, get on it. Give it the program.
It's on you though. It's on you, dog. But first one, I cried when what's her name died? The Aunt
May.
Aunt May. When Aunt May died, I cried.
Yeah, she bit the dust. Yeah.
She did. Yeah. The second time I cried was
What is on my Crocs?
what happened?
Was that when?
What is that? I'll be back.
Yeah, all right. Talk.
It's quite the combo. He's got the Seattle Seahawks colorway on his.
Shout out to
Anyways,
Seattle. Shout out to R.I.P. Russ, but that R.I.P. the Seahawks.
Well,
but,
Denver's always. I feel like it's always kind of had an interesting quarterback situation going.
Yeah.
But did you cry getting back? Because I don't want to get away from No Way Home, No Man's Land. What am I talking about? Was it when Zendaya forgot who he was?
I cried. That was the last time I cried.
Okay. I figured it was one of those
third
times.
time I cried.
Hang on, this is way more pressing. I had some barbecue sauce on my Crocs, and I don't know how they
How is
got
that
on
possible?
Because I don't even think I ate barbecue sauce today.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
I did.
Mozzarella sticks.
You're right. I had it with the fries. You are 100% correct.
Yeah.
Do you have mozzarella sticks with barbecue sauce?
No,
No, the fries.
The fries. That I
Okay,
had
all
with
right,
it.
okay, I
It's
was about to
because
say.
the only ketchup that we have,
Don't self-incriminate.
yeah, it's
Off air.
not legitimate ketchup.
Yeah.
Um,
We'll explain.
I
off
also
the air.
I'm not a big ketchup person,
I
and the
like
only
ketchup.
other condiment that we had was barbecue
Actually, I have an idea.
Barbecue sauce with fries.
We
That
are
was
back.
loud.
Yeah, we are.
Ow, I
Yeah.
apologize.
No, that was off. They didn't hear that. You're good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. We're back. All right.
That's an interesting
I'm gonna
story,
do this
though.
before the Swedish gentleman joins, who asked to see our feet. I'm wearing Baby Yoda socks.
I went
Nice.
commando with the socks though, so he's gonna have to see my bare toesies. He
Yeah.
probably likes that though. He's probably
he's
into that.
definitely into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, frequent viewers know that we have a random Swedish gentleman who likes to join and ask to see our feet.
The Swedes.
Yeah.
I think they're big into
we
that. Is that in their
complied
culture?
once.
I don't know. Well, we complied the first time
And
because
that's what I
we were
meant,
like,
yeah.
"Oh, he's just telling us to relax or whatever," and then he like really got in depth,
And we're just like, oh.
and he's like, "Oh yeah, no, let's take the socks off too."
We're just like, oh, no.
Like, oh, nope, no, that's not happening.
Because when we first did, again, like we were like innocent, like, oh my god, we have someone like actually like commenting us on our stuff.
Yeah, we were excited.
Yeah, well,
And-
that's an abuse of his power. I feel like
It is.
Yeah, no,
It is,
definitely.
absolutely.
absolutely. But all right, no. So we were still
Yeah. Still.
on the topic of you. So that was the fourth time you cried was when she forgot who he was.
yeah.
The first time
Aunt May
Aunt May died.
I cried when they're saying goodbye to each other.
Okay.
And when else did I cry? I cried a fourth time.
Oh,
It
that
was-
what that wasn't the fourth time. And
Well, no. So I cried when Aunt May died.
I was wiping barbecue sauce off my Crocs. I wasn't here.
yeah.
Also, that's a sentence. That is a sentence and a half right there.
I said when Aunt May died. I said when they were saying goodbye, and then I said when they forgot who he was.
I
I
can't
chose
remember.
not to do anything.
I'm gonna
What was there's something?
stir my coffee.
Maybe
tentatively.
maybe when you saying
You
bye
get
to
the
the Spider.
aromas.
Yeah.
Maybe when you're saying bye to the Spider-Man.
Oh
But
yeah, that's right. Yeah, because they were all from different multiverses or whatever it was.
Yes.
Mm.
But I cried 3 or 4 times, and so that was the last time I teared up.
Okay.
I got emotional. over it.
Should we go through and everyone say what time they the last
the
last
cry.
they had a good cry out? I can tell you guys.
I genuinely can't remember.
Well,
Okay.
apparently it's on FaceTime.
Oh, yeah, I think so, yeah.
No, you're right. It was
Yeah,
on
yeah.
FaceTime.
It was on FaceTime.
And then for me, I guess it was. Geez, is it bad that there's like so many instances within the past like 2 weeks that It's
nah,
not in
dude.
any-
If you got life going on,
any-
you got life going on.
No,
man.
not in like a life bad type of way. I said like a caveman.
Was it like a happy ride?
It was like you know what? If I watch motivational videos for whatever reason,
Okay.
that gets me.
No, I
Alright,
can get it.
that's
I don't know,
fair.
like, because then I picture me making it, and then looking back, and then that's what makes me.
Okay, so then
Yeah.
I guess technically the last time I shed a tear, I rewatched Tiger Woods making the not making the putt. No, but hugging his kid. Like hugging his kid because you think back like he hugged like his dad hugged him
Yeah.
and hugging his kid, you get in the moment. I shed a tear.
No, that's. I mean, yeah. Listen,
Yeah.
that's
It's an
last
emotional
time-
moment.
the last Tiger Woods clip that I shed a tear at was when and it was like just because the clip itself was so sick, was when he took off his hat after he made that putt. You know what I'm talking about?
I
He
don't
shook the
watch
guy's hand.
golf
Yeah.
in any fashion.
I don't either, but that was
I
just
have
like that
very
was raising the
specific
bar.
stances when it comes to golf. I
Actually-
don't know if I can discuss them.
Did you see the guy? Well, you like hole 16.
Yeah, I
Hole-
definitely. I
hole
love
16
holes.
at,
If
at
every
Waste
hole was like
Management.
hole 16 in what was that,
Waste
Arizona?
management. Yeah, the waste management open.
Yeah, if every hole was like that, I would watch so much more golf.
Danny, you into golf?
I
Like
am.
that?
Yeah,
Danny, yeah.
Danny likes just all sports.
I get into most of it.
You're a big basketball guy though.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the fact that Danny is the most respectful but disrespectful basketball player I've ever
What do you mean?
played with? Like you'll be like, you're like Tim Duncan, dude. You're like you'll be I don't know, you'll be giving me tips while we're playing, but then like it'll be game time and you'll be like, hey Coop, and I'll turn around and I feel like you'll be like, yo, shift your hips on defense. And he's just like, no, ball game. And he steps back and drills one in my face.
Yeah,
That
well, tell me what I did.
sounds about right.
What did I do today? Today we were playing and like it was like after we were done, he was
Yeah.
guarding me from like really far back,
From like half court,
from like
basically.
half court, and I just threw it up and it switched.
Yeah.
Nah, the kid, you have to play like Michael Jordan-esque defense where you just kind of punch him in the ribs the whole time.
Yeah.
That's how he stops going up to the.
But then that's where the respect, because Danny knows what he's doing. That's where the respectful
Yeah,
part
I know.
comes
That's
in.
why you gotta.
Yeah. 'Cause I'd feel bad. I'd feel bad giving him an elbow to the ribs.
Oh no,
No,
Because
you can't.
no mercy.
Every other possession, he's like, "Hey, Coop, you're doing fantastic."
Yeah, no, it's good to get in your head.
Yeah,
you know how
yeah.
Patrick Beverly doesn't actually play defense; he just talks to people.
Yeah, it just runs in half.
Yeah.
I love Patrick Beverly. I love that guy.
That guy's a bum. He's so
wishes
actually
he was
bad
Marcus
at
Smart.
basketball, but he just talks and he gets in people's heads.
You love him if he's on your team. You hate him if he's not. I love him.
But something
Even if
also,
he was on
something
my
also
team,
has
I'd
to be
get
said
angry.
for his effort on defense, though.
Yeah.
That's also a part of his game. You know, for as much as he talks and all that stuff, and I'll admit his technique is definitely not the best.
Also
A better
can't
guy
shoot.
that has, I think, more solid technique would be Marcus Smart
Marcus
for a
Smart, I
really
love
good
Mar-
example.
I love
Like,
Marcus.
he's no
Smart.
Marcus Smart, but
You know my
I
stance
know.
on Marcus
Kyle
Smart
does not like
too.
Miles Smart.
Uh,
Miles Smart. Marcus Smart. Jeez.
what I will say about Pat Bev is that he definitely brings the heat, and in defense, I feel like that's a pretty solid part of it that doesn't get talked about a lot.
Patrick Beverly's a bum.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's getting traded around in the league like nobody's
I
business.
think
now.
I think they just extended him in Minnesota.
Minnesota, yeah.
I think they're keeping.
Because
him around.
what did he get? He was on the Clippers.
He was the Clippers.
He started off
Oh,
his
the
career
Rock-
with the
he was
Heat,
with-
I think.
He was on the Heat, and then the Heat LeBron basically just said no. Get
Yeah.
out. And then
Because LeBron's smart.
the GM.
The GM, yep.
Then I guess he wound up in the Rockets somehow. He was there for a bit. When the Rockets was signed and trade for Chris Paul, Patrick Beverly was thrown to the Clippers. He was
Right.
there for a bit.
Also, he hasn't been around the league.
Yeah,
But he's definitely. I mean, Minnesota is not necessarily one of the NBA franchises that you might want to be.
I
Yeah.
mean,
say
they got 38 wins this year. They got their 38.
Yeah, they always do like.
But they're not at the
strangely
top of the
good, but
barrel,
They're
though.
never actually
Yeah.
going anywhere.
No, this is the best. This is actually the best they've been since Jimmy Butler. Because
38
like
wins.
before
Sorry.
the past like couple years, they've just been like 20 games under, 30 games under 500. This year, they're actually like, what are you?
I will say this though. I think
checking to see who's low.
check
You know,
to
I'm
see if
very,
there's any other
I'm very
barbecue sauce down
particular.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nah,
fuck
I
you.
gotta check my toes after.
You'll just check down there at one point during the show. They're just gonna be like the barbecue sauce will have
no.
multiplied.
I'm gonna be like up to my ankles in barbecue sauce.
Yeah, the entire floor is
Yeah.
barbecue sauce.
Kyle, just check your pillowcase when you get back.
Dude, if it's full of barbecue sauce.
It was Danny
honestly,
the entire time.
Thank you for donating that much barbecue sauce because I am almost out.
You're
I
almost
will
out.
appreciate it. Well,
How
dude, I'm
often-
almost out of like everything.
How much do you use the barbecue sauce? I feel like I never see you use it.
I haven't used it in a while. I haven't made like burgers and stuff in a while.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, Danny knows I do be cooking.
Jake, Kyle is a cook, and do you
Mm.
want to confess, real quick?
For what? What did I do? I've never done anything wrong while cooking.
I'll let you do it.
I set the fire alarm off once.
One of those times.
Dude, that's not even a flex anymore. That's just like commonplace.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
feel like, or
It
that's
wa-
not even something to be ashamed of.
It was like so I was going to make cookies,
Right.
and I turned our little
Toaster
oven
Mm.
like on, and I was waiting to put the cookies in or whatever. And I was feeling around, and I was like, oh, this isn't that hot. So I turned the temperature up a little more because I didn't think it was actually getting up to the temperature it said. And then I put the cookies in, and then I don't know if it was the cookies themselves
or the tray.
that burnt, or if it was the fact that we hadn't cleaned the toaster oven in probably, how long have you guys had it? Like 3 years?
No, we've cleaned it out though every once. We cleaned it out like every month.
It did. That thing looked like it was never cleaned.
No, we cleaned it out. We cleaned the
So-
tray. I don't think we cleaned the
You check
toaster
after the
oven.
fire or before the fire?
What? Oh no, there was no actual fire. It was
like,
just smoke.
Smoking.
It was
Okay.
literally just smoke.
So it must have caught something in there. I
Yeah.
mean, not accusing you of being uncleanly, Danny, but there must have been something in there
yeah.
to light the smoke. up.
So it was smoking like really bad.
And then you just
And
hear. Bang,
We
bang.
I sat down for like not even a minute, and then it went off.
Trying to enjoy the fruits of your labor, and then all
Yeah,
of a sudden,
exactly.
that alarm is
Oh, it's
so
awful.
shrill.
I'm like numb to it at this point.
It's you're
though.
numb to it, and you know what though, boys? It started with the flood.
Did.
You remember, like that's where I feel like I got the most accustomed to it.
Well,
Yeah.
that's because it went off for hours.
Hours. Yep.
I just
Yeah.
find it funny. Not funny. That funny is the wrong word. Actually, no, it's the right word.
It was a mixture of funny and also
Well, not the.
horrifying.
I
as
was
it
gonna say
happened.
the flood. I was gonna say the fact that the one day RSG Paul, shout out to RSG Paul, you're
Oh,
awesome.
and he was like, I don't want to be up at 2 a.m.
Yeah,
and then that's exactly when we were up.
exactly what happened.
Exactly to a T when we were up. Like I checked the
He-
time when I got
Yeah, it's like
outside,
2
2 a.m. on the
He
It's
dot.
sent
like-
that email the day after I set off the fire alarm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dude. Again, like it happens. Apparently, I talked to Paul actually because me and Paul be talking, and he said that half of them are not even student caused. It's mostly just stuff down in the basement that goes haywire.
Oh really?
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
wow.
of the flood. Dude, you know what? The flood. Can I real quick? Can I tell a story?
Go
Yeah,
for
sure.
it.
So we were up on the 6th floor. I already told the story on the podcast. It's one of our best performing clips ever. But I learned on the day of the flood that in the event of some sort of disastrous situation going on, people will truly, like you see it in movies and you're like, oh no, like people would help each other out. Not at all the case.
No.
No, a girl on the basketball team wearing Crocs, not dissimilar to that. Where she bodied someone out of the way. You know, when we got the finally, like, because it went off for like 30 minutes, and then you know what I'm saying, that at least on my floor, the RA came up and was like, everyone get out. As soon as he said that, dispersed.
See,
Everyone, yeah.
On
dude, it
our
was-
floor,
yeah.
we were playing games in the lounge.
Yeah.
Oh, because it
We-
doesn't go off in
We
there,
were
right?
we were consuming apple juice.
Consuming apple juice.
We were having a really fun
Music
time.
was bumping.
Yeah, someone brought a speaker and we were playing cards.
Yeah, we were playing cards in the bathroom too. We were playing 21 and blackjack.
So then we went from that to the gym. I was just cracking jokes the whole time
yeah.
because I wasn't there, and I was just laughing at the whole situation. I was like, how can the school fold this bad?
It was
I-
they folded like not
They
to
did.
make a joke, but a deck of cards. Dude.
Yeah.
And it was like, you know, I know 2 people unfortunately lost their lives, but just like amongst the students, like I saw someone shmoney dancing across the street. Everyone was taking their shoes off. Like nobody was taking it seriously,
Yeah.
you
Well,
know. But at the same time, there were people like having panic attacks in the hallways. And
I didn't have a panic attack,
you did,
but like I was like scared. Well, I wasn't scared of like the situation itself. The main point I got scared of, you know what my biggest fear is:
Tornadoes.
tornadoes.
you thought there was gonna be a tornado?
Well, there's a
'Cause there was
tornado
flood?
warning.
Oh,
There was a tornado.
There was a
warning.
tornado.
Was were there like multiple tornado warnings?
There
or
was
that
like
another day?
7 different weather warnings.
Okay,
went
that
off
was
that
yeah,
day.
that was the
Yeah.
day. That was there's been like I feel like this college has some extreme weather situations.
It's just been this year though.
Yeah,
It has been this year, yeah.
Like,
Like last
our
year-
other 3 years.
Because the fact that I had to go in my head and be like, which multi weather warning day was it
Yeah.
that I had to go and remember is crazy.
But the other 3 years, I think the worst weather event that we had was we got like 2 feet of snow one time.
yeah, but that's fun because it's snow.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it canceled
And
classes.
Danny's like
and that was
6'7",
before online
so to him
class.
it's nothing.
Yeah.
Well, you're like the same height as me.
Nah.
Yes, you're.
Yes.
Let's find out.
All right, I'm gonna talk while they compare.
No, see, Danny's taller.
Danny, your whole head is out of frame,
Just doesn't
and
matter,
Coop's
you
head
can
is
either
in
one.
frame. So
Yeah, there you go. See, that's all you need to know.
I thought you seem like you're taller. I don't know.
I'm 6 foot.
You say okay. I'm 6'2". So
Okay, there you
yeah.
go.
Yeah, I'm like 6'4".
Yeah, Kyle's 6'6" when the cameras aren't
Yeah,
on.
no, when I stand on my money, I'm 6'7".
Yeah.
Just kidding. I actually shrink when I'm standing on my money. I'm
That's still a
broke.
if you're a foot taller or you're an inch taller when you stand on your money, that's not necessarily a bad sum of cash to have in the hand,
Yeah.
because an inch of money is like
It's like well, it
That could be
depends.
like-
It depends what it is too. If it's
Yeah.
singles or like if it's singles, then that's just
at the least that's like $10 buckaroos.
I'll put it this
Yeah.
way: I can use a gumball machine with my money. I'm just kidding. I'm not that.
Oh,
broke,
okay,
But
alright.
I'm pretty broke right now.
I have a light, I think $45 in my account right now.
total.
Yeah, but I'm working, so like you know,
Yeah, you're fine.
you gotta wait till the next check clears.
I
for
haven't
sure.
worked since August.
you were you like took like shifts like weekend shifts.
Yeah, no, I did security work. You're
Yeah, you
right.
do
I forgot
security
about
work,
that.
but
Security work.
Yeah,
Kyle's
it's like
Kyle's a big body bouncer.
high school sports, dude. You
Yeah.
just stand in the corner.
No, he's a big
Tell
body
parents
bouncer.
to calm down.
Do you have to break up a lacrosse fight between a kid named like Kyle and another kid named like
No, imagine being named Kyle.
Samson? Yeah.
Could it be me?
Yeah, it couldn't be me.
What's up, dude? I committed to Duke.
God.
Both of them were wearing backwards fitted caps,
Ugh, yuck.
but they take a break to hit the vape.
All right, mission consistent.
Oh, sorry.
That's
sorry.
all good. We can. That's the least of the worries right now. Don't worry.
I don't know, you guys were talking about the Seahawks briefly.
Well, yeah, because
did hear that.
No, because you got the Seahawks colorway on the shoes.
I do. I
That's
didn't even
baby,
notice
yeah.
that. Did not do that intentionally either.
I mean, you might as well have wore the what was it? You had a Marshawn.
I have a
jersey?
Marshawn
Yeah.
Lynch jersey.
Yeah.
I am a part-time Seahawks fan.
Yeah, I'm
AKA
a part-time Seahawks.
When the Jets are terrible, I'd resort
Well,
to
now what do you do?
So are you a
Seahawks.
full-time
Now
fan,
both
or-
of my teams are terrible, so I'm basically just gonna
Well, my part.
find a large staircase and
I'm part-time Charger fan, so that's why I'm
part-time Charger fan.
yeah, that started
Since-
today.
No,
Justin
no,
Herbert got
Phillip,
here, or-
Phillip Rivers. But I've always been a big Phillip Rivers guy.
No, I haven't.
Why?
You didn't know that?
No,
Ask
that
anyone.
hasn't come up once.
Ask any one of my roommates and ask any of my friends at
All
home.
right,
they'll tell you.
I'll
Called
ask
your
them when I
bluff.
get back.
Yeah, I have always been a Phillip
I have
Rivers
not
guy.
heard that once out of your mouth.
I will. I'm gonna call a kid that knows.
I like when Danny says stuff with his chest.
Yeah, because it's the
I like
truth.
that.
It was just like when you were all of a sudden. Oh yeah, you were all of a sudden an Aaron Rodgers fan.
Yeah,
out of
Aaron,
nowhere.
that was upsetting. I was so sad about
The
that.
guy doesn't talk to his family.
I still love Aaron Rodgers.
No,
Good
for
at
sure. I
football.
mean, like, but that's just an interesting fact.
I mean, some family members who I wish I didn't have to talk to.
That's true. That
Not
is
my
true.
immediate household.
is
I
true.
love you guys. And not extended like that I see constantly.
Do any of your family members watch this?
No,
So
they don't know this exists. I don't tell anyone.
You don't
Oh,
you don't
okay.
tell them.
No,
my dad
I
watches my
don't
stuff.
watch this. Why would I tell other people to watch this?
I don't know.
Constructive feedback.
Yeah, constructive.
I don't want feedback. I do this for fun.
Fair enough. You know what? I forgot that like not everyone is like trying to do this as a
Dude, I'm
Yeah,
a business
I'm so in
management
the-
major.
right. Yeah, I'm so in the like I want to do podcasting as a career thing that like I gotta
Yeah.
realize that other majors exist.
Yeah.
I like this is just a hobby for me, and it's not even a hobby at that. It was just,
Well, you're good at it if it's a hobby because most people when they get on mic they struggle to forget that there's a mic there.
Nah, I
Well,
just
yeah,
go.
people. It's like funny because like I mean, seeing like over like 3.5 years, like seeing like monitoring like shows and stuff like
Yeah.
that. It's like really funny, like seeing like people like act like really confident like outside right before their first show. Like, oh, this is gonna be a cakewalk and it's so much fun. I'm like, all right, get on in. You need anything, let
Do
me
you
know.
remember
Or
last
do you have the
year?
inverse too, where they act really
The
like
inverse is
they're shy and then they put on a front when they get in?
yeah, but that puts on a good show.
They're like, you're listening to 107.5 The Riz.
Do you remember last year I came to your office hours, and there was that one kid who just sat right there, and he'd say like 3 sentences,
Oh no, that was sophomore year.
and then it would oh yeah, no, you're right.
yeah, it was
yeah,
me,
sophomore year.
you, and Kate Pierce were just hanging.
Yeah, and it was he'd say like 3 sentences,
I,
and then he'd sit in absolute silence for like 10 minutes.
I felt so we all
Does he
just
play
felt
records or you just
No,
you
he would just talk about like I think it was like anime or something, and he'd say like 3 things, and then it would be like 10 minutes of silence, and then he'd say like 3 more things, and then it would be 10 minutes of silence. it was so hard to sit through. And like I get it, like not everyone can just sit here and talk.
Right. Yeah.
Like I
Not
don't
everyone
even
can
know
riff.
how I do it. But like that, if you're sitting here and you're doing that, like at a certain point, you gotta just call it. I don't know if I can sit here and just absolute silence on dead air.
No,
you can't.
nobody should. And nobody can. I
Because
don't
Yeah.
think.
it's just you're just wasting time at that
Yeah,
point.
yeah,
so what are you
yeah.
doing?
Exactly.
Like I've something. One of the things, and Danny knows that they tell you going into this is you don't have to be overly conscious of filling up air. So when you first start out, at least for me too, like a pause like that I just did will always feel longer
Yeah.
in the moment than when you look back and post. But on the inverse of that, like you to not say anything for 10 minutes is crazy.
See,
that's
I'm glad that I never studied like any of this.
Yeah, well, it's almost like that thing where it's like if you spar coming from like MMA background, if you spar someone that has zero experience, that's almost more dangerous than because they're not used
well,
to.
yeah, that
Yeah.
happened today. We were like doing like a light spar.
Yeah, dude, and I put the hurt down
Yeah.
on you, dude.
Yeah, I got knocked
I
down.
turned Danny into a panic wrestler.
Yeah, it was just terrifying. I just went
Sounds
for it.
about right.
I shot
Danny-
for a takedown. He hit me with a head kick, and I was just.
Danny gets his butt kicked on the reg unless he's facing Murph. We know what he did to Murph.
You be bullying Murph, bro.
not
Shout out Murph.
Not shout out to Murph. Not bullying. So the whole backstory is that Murph.
I see what you did there. Backstory.
That was not intentional. The whole truth,
Where's the story going?
the
dude?
truth is to this entire story. I'll show you the picture after too.
Yeah.
So Murph was kicking my butt. Like he was absolutely destroying me. Like just like having me in like any sort of like chokehold or whatever. Like
Does
that.
Murph do MMA and stuff?
No.
Like that? Oh, okay.
But Murph has a bad back. So he was like about to get me to tap, and then his back just gave out on him. He's just like, oh.
I wasn't here for this.
Yeah. And
God said no.
I just saw the picture in our chat like that night, and I was like, oh no, what happened?
When it physically like
No, it's Murph on the ground, like clearly in pain, and then it's just Danny over him, deuces up, squatting.
No, the best part is I had the WWE belt.
Yeah,
like, on my
it's
shoulder.
such a like horrific picture
please
for
show it.
Murph.
I'll show you that now. Actually, keep talking.
Yeah. No, dude, that's
Um,
hilarious. I
eh,
mean,
I-
you should have tapped him out too with the for extra.
No,
added,
we called it.
I don't remember when did that take place? That was last year.
Yeah,
right?
that's junior. That's junior year.
What was that around like a holiday? I had to be
it was
home
a
for some
little-
reason.
A little after St. Patrick's Day.
What was I doing?
Jake,
I had to
why
be
are you
home for
looking
some
so
reason.
menacingly at the camera, dude? Like,
You could show the camera.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Come on, it's
I'm
funny.
not gonna do that.
Danny,
But,
no,
my
no one
God.
watches the show.
I will
Danny
say-
doesn't want his perfect reputation. to
I
be
will say
crushed.
this too. Jacob has destroyed me like 5 times.
Oh,
Not
yeah,
not you. Jacob.
I
Chapman.
have refed every Jacob Danny fight, and Danny has not even come close to winning.
No,
once.
the last one I did. The last
Oh,
one.
the
I put
last
it-
one
No,
What do you
when,
guys do?
when
Is it
he ripped
wrestling?
your shirt,
Yeah.
and you like threatened to sue him.
I didn't threaten to sue him.
No. Jacob was like, "Did I rip your shirt?" And you were like, "Yeah."
Yeah, it's just like, that's fine.
What do you guys usually do? Is it wrestling?
No,
or
it's
is it,
just
like,
it's just wrestling.
Yeah, it was mostly. No,
I
it's
gotta
just
get in
throw
on this.
punches.
It's,
I want to hit like a
No,
blast double leg.
it's just like it was super spontaneous last year because they lived like basically under us,
yeah.
and
Right.
then Danny would just start talking smack to Jacob,
And then
and then
was just-
Jacob would just come down and rock him every
Oh.
single time.
There was one time that I forget what I said, and then I said something, and Jay was like, Jay was like, I'm coming down. I was like, oh, you won't, and then like I like locked myself in my room.
Yeah, he locked himself in his room. Me and Danny. Me and Jacob came down. I think I brought my speaker. We played
Yeah.
the John Cena
Yeah,
music.
they just
we were just like knocking down his door.
Dude, I had a talking about locked doors. I had a time where a similar experience where one of our roommates, well, obviously I think it was a sophomore year because we lived in Conice, but one of our roommates stole. This guy had a Dragon Ball collection, like the actual.
like
I don't
the-
watch the
like
anime-
marbles.
Yeah,
I know what
yeah,
you're
yeah.
talking
He had
about.
one of those, and they took it and they went into their room and locked the door, much like Danny did.
Except I didn't steal anything.
You didn't steal
I was
anything?
out of fear.
Out of fear, but it was also they knew like these are the type of guy I love them to death, but they're like if they know they can annoy you, they're gonna go ahead and annoy you, and they know which buttons to press. They steal the things, they lock the door, and the guy came back and was so infuriated that he grabbed a fire extinguisher off the wall and started like he's like I was like dude like what do you do? I almost said his name. I was like dude what are you doing? He goes I'm gonna smoke him out. and it's just like
I thought this was going a whole different direction. I
Sorry.
thought you were gonna tell me he took the fire extinguisher and he was smashing the doorknob trying to get it open.
that's exactly what I thought. He was gonna
Smoking
do,
him
too.
out is really funny.
Yeah. When he said smoke him out, I was like, at least it's gonna be like carbon monoxide inhalation instead of just a broken
Yeah.
door that we all have to pay for.
Yeah.
And the only thing is, dude, those fire extinguishers in the dorms don't actually do smoke. It's just like
Yeah, it's foam.
it's foam. And so it was just like the guys were sitting in there and they took a Snapchat and sent it to me. They're waiting for him, and then they just see like little like dots of foam going to the door. They're like, is he trying to like smoke us out right now?
Nah,
Right, oh
that's
my
funny.
God.
That's
Some
really
great
funny.
I'm
memories,
gonna
man.
smoke him out.
I thought that was going a wildly different
I did
direction.
too.
from
Yeah,
the
we were
way
all
that you
very,
started
very
it.
scared for a few moments. I was like, you guys better give it back, or he's gonna beat down your door.
Yeah, but no, I guess not. I mean, he just did. He eventually, I guess he got it back at some point. Like,
Yeah,
what,
they
what was
let
the,
him. They
what was
let
the
him go.
reaction to opening the door? To like after.
They just handed it to him, and he didn't say anything. He just went back in his room. It's like one of those things where you pretend that you're not mad, but everyone
nah,
knows. you're
Yeah,
mad.
I get what you mean.
I can't do that as like because I'm the type of guy where I feel like I'm a nice guy. I you know what? I don't think anyone should say that they're a nice guy, but I'm a very level-headed guy. So when I get mad, I don't like to show the fact that I get mad. But I also you can't do that thing that he did and like other people do where it's like you're just like, all right, good game, all right, okay, yep. And you just walk out of the room and try to show no reaction. You know what I mean? So that's what he did. He was just very like stone faced the rest of the day and didn't really say or do much around the room. Then he came out later and he was like kind of cooled down. Like, okay, everything's fine.
All right.
Just wasn't breaking down any doors.
Smoke him out.
You smoke him. I was not expecting that at all. That's a good story. It's definitely a good
great
story.
That's some crazy roommate encounters.
I'm not gonna go into my past roommate experiences.
I mean, I've been very lucky with my roommates. I mean,
Yeah.
there's just one kid though that I don't like at all. You know, he got us to North Singles.
Yeah, he's a terrible guy.
He's a terrible guy.
Oh, okay, we're kidding. Okay. I was
yeah.
like,
Yeah, no, it's epic. It's
It's me.
Kyle.
Yeah,
I love
I got
Kyle.
3 in the housing lottery.
Yeah, that was
a
unbelievable.
3?
You got 3.
3 out of everyone.
And then we went up to like Jack Rochetta's door and we were just like, hey, so like what's the process like for picking like singles? And he just like scoffed at us because like, what number do you have? And then
Yeah.
Kyle just goes 3. He just goes, oh. And then he's just like,
Well, we wanted Jack to be RRA. So we like
Shout out Jack, bro.
we,
Shout
we,
out to our Jack.
we Trojan horsed with the like singles thing, and then we were like, all right, what floor are you next year?
Yeah, just
Which
casually
we
bring it
ended up 1 not getting Jack as RRA, 2 not even getting the floor that he told us.
But with that said, R.A. Mackenzie.
Oh,
is
Mackenzie's the best.
awesome. R.A. Mackenzie.
We love
is awesome.
Mackenzie.
We love you, Mackenzie.
Not as much as I love Maria, but it's different.
I got Rock Courtney.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ari Courtney.
Why was there so much silence? Shout out Ari
No,
Courtney.
I love Courtney.
She asked me for some paper plates earlier. Going back to your original point, I feel like there's just a lack of general appliances in North right now. You know what I'm saying? Like there's just a kind of a, I don't know. Like it doesn't seem like anyone has anything.
Yeah.
I was looking around for forks earlier. Nobody had those.
We have forks.
I only asked for one like really obscure thing in our 4 chat. I
Well, you
asked
asked for
for
nail
nail
polish.
polish remover because on my laptop I have like a bunch of stickers on it,
Oh yeah, you
and
have to
I
sticker
I
those.
guess in transport or something, or like I guess it got really hot in my backpack and I left it on.
Mm.
The glue melted. So
Oh.
yeah, so you used acetone to
Yeah,
as a
you just-
solvent.
you get it off.
So
I
I
have
asked
a-
for that and no one responded.
Yeah. No, that's kind of the way it goes down. I'm not even part of my
You
group
did
chat.
get. I think Jules gave.
Yeah, I had to call. Jules
But
Barbieri.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if we could say governments on this, but I guess the way you guys are saying nobody
It
listens
doesn't
to this.
matter.
Well, if we're not bad mouthing them, you
Yeah,
can
I'm
say
not
their
talking
names.
Okay.
bad. She
All
was
right.
incredibly helpful.
Yeah.
Okay,
She
fair
she
enough, fair enough.
came from Kenice to
Oh.
give me nail polish.
Well,
remover.
shout out Jules.
Yeah,
Shout out
it was
Jules.
very kind of her. Yeah, that was like our floor is useless. No
What's
one
what
helps
floor you guys
anyone.
on? 3?
3.
3.
Yeah.
I think the only helpful person on our floor has been Ari Mackenzie.
Shout out
Actually,
Mackenzie.
what's his name? One of the basketball managers, Matt.
I have no idea who you're
He's
talking
one of the
about.
basketball. He's a junior. He's a good kid.
Also, my on-air fart is incoming. I'm letting you know.
It's fine. I mean,
Shout out Matt from the basketball team.
there you go. Anything?
I
we're-
discussed this before we started. It was gonna happen.
We're in an
eventually.
air-controlled environment too, so this is
Yep.
gonna
So
be
you guys are just gonna
crazy in a
stew
few
in
seconds,
this.
dude.
You guys are absolutely gonna stew in this, and
Yeah,
I feel no sympathy at all.
My nose stinks, so like I'll be okay.
Your nose
stinks.
Jinx. But yeah, my nose.
Don't distract us from the fact
know.
that what you just said.
No,
is
So
insane.
I know what he meant, but he said it in a dumb way.
No, my nose is not a good. I did not have a good
His
nose.
nose doesn't
It's not-
function.
Oh, okay, it's
Yeah, it's
bad.
not
You
as
got a
His
bad.
bad
nose isn't stinky.
It's not as bad as Jacob's nose because Jacob.
Yeah,
can't
no,
smell.
Jacob literally can't smell. Not
Jacob
you,
can't
Jacob.
smell.
Oh, wait, no,
Okay.
no, my nose is a little bit too big.
Yeah.
Like the moment I realized my nose was too big was when I was trying to like kiss someone and my nose physically like hit their face. I was like, dude, and I had to like pick a side to go so that my nose wouldn't be an issue. And that's what I was like, all right, my schnoz is.
See, if that's me, I'd aim for their eyeballs.
You just pluck them out like a bird.
Yep, no, 100%.
That's mad funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, my nose. Jacob's. If we had to rank like the bad noses,
Jacob's like F tier.
Jacob's. Yeah, Jacob's S
F-tier
tier.
nose, dude.
I-
L
Jacob
nose.
literally can't smell like anything.
Yeah.
Just nothing at all.
That's my biggest fear.
You
is
claim
this.
to not be able to smell, so I guess I believe you.
Yeah. I mean, why would I lie? About
I
it?
smell too much.
Yeah, you smell.
That's
a lot.
my.
So
That's
I have
my
a
issue.
super sensitive
So
nose.
you
Yeah.
have a lethal nose.
Like, actually, I'm not going to discuss that.
Yeah.
You probably figure where I'm going with that. Smells very bad. You smell it around campus a lot.
Oh.
Yeah.
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 Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of dig the direction that you're going in.
I
get
can
it.
smell it a mile away.
Actually, I
literally.
feel like I can bring this up. I found it when after you set the fire alarm off with RHG Paul. You can. I'll let
Can
you
we
tell.
talk about this?
Just don't
All right.
mention what he thought it was. But
So I was like trying to damage control in the situation.
Right.
So this is a callback to the cookies. In this situation, I started to smell the smoke and I heard the thing going off and I was like, "There's no way this was me." And then I grabbed the oven
Mm-hmm.
and I'm aware from friends that we have that there are no smoke detectors in the bathroom. So I grab the toaster oven
Mm-hmm.
while it's smoking and I throw it in the shower. And I'm thinking, oh, it's just our room going off. It's okay. As long as it's not the building. And then I just hear out the window, "You gotta be kidding me."
Aw.
it's just like,
And I'm like, oh man. So we go down and then everyone sees Paul in our
Yeah.
room opening the windows and everything. Then we come back up and it's Paul and R.A. Brendan sitting at
Paul
our
just
table.
looks like a bouncer already, so he's just like bouncing. your
He's
way.
just sitting there and he's like, "How'd you set the fire alarm off?" And I'm like, "I was trying to make some cookies and it just went off." And he goes, "Oh, really? Where's the oven? We can't find one."
threw it in the shower.
I went, "It's in the shower right now." And he goes, "Oh, yeah, totally." Because he thought that we were doing other activities.
Yeah. No, I know. I know
So you had to see the look on this man's face when I actually pulled the toaster
toaster-
oven out of the shower.
just like,
It's just
Jaw
planted.
literally dropped. He was like, "Oh, there's no way this actually happened. There's no way this kid was that stupid."
No, you know what? Maybe I'm dumb, but I could almost see a clear line of reasoning as to putting it in the shower.
Well, normal people wouldn't put an electronic.
Not turning the water on,
Yeah,
but
but
just yossing it in there.
but that's where people's mind goes.
Right.
Oh, he tried to put out the fire in the shower.
Oh, no. Well,
No.
you can't use an electric.
But
Yeah.
realistically, what I did was smart. I
Yeah.
was just trying to get it away from smoke detectors.
away
and
from
prevent.
sorted. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But when you look at it from a periphery,
It's a bathroom's problem now. Yeah.
it looks like I was trying to put out the fire with the shower.
Which is
so
yeah, that's
so
not,
they thought I'm just brain dead.
right.
But that whole night was just an absolute nightmare, and I felt so bad for Liam.
yeah, oh yeah, because Liam had to.
Liam had to be up at like 5 a.m. to go to the city to
What time are you
do
making
something for
cookies?
work. This was
12-ish, right?
no, this was like 1 a.m.
It was later than 12.
Yeah, it was later than 12 because that was what the 2 a.m.
Oh,
I
yeah.
set it off at 2.
Oh, you were the 2 a.m.
Yes,
fire alarm?
I was the 2 a.m. one.
No, he wasn't the 2. He was the 1 a.m. one.
There was a 2 a.m. one.
There was a 2 a.m. The next night was the 2 a.m.
Oh,
one.
okay. Because I said at the 2 a.m. one, I said whoever did it, we should punch in the throat.
Oh yeah, no, the one that went off the day after.
But I wouldn't want to punch you in the throat, Kyle. Like, you know,
Oh, yeah, thank you, I appreciate
problem.
it. I wasn't even the worst fire alarm outing that week.
Yeah, without you weren't even close.
We set a record that week, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, so I was the second one of that night.
Yeah.
2 days later, we had the 3 in one day.
And then there's like a fourth, like
Yeah, it was a fringe
Just a-
fourth.
yeah,
it was just
fringe fourth.
outside of the day.
yeah,
And then
Crazy.
that was when they started adjusting the fire alarms
yeah.
and
They're
everything.
just like, okay, we'll give it a bit.
Yeah, I talked to Paul, I think that week or the week after. I was like, what type of records are we smashing
we're
through,
putting up
Paul? And he was like, all
numbers.
types, dude.
Yeah.
We're putting up Hall of Fame numbers for the amount of fire alarms that are going off in here.
When was our last one? I don't think I was there
Recent-
for our last one.
No, I think recently. I mean, I haven't heard it in a week. I haven't heard it in like a few weeks. But
No,
like,
it
I
hasn't
missed a
been
couple.
Few weeks.
I missed a couple.
I think there was one last week while I was in class.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
same
I might
thing.
have. Was
Yeah.
I?
Yeah.
I think I might have been interning.
Yeah, maybe.
So I haven't heard
You
one of
gotta,
it.
we gotta talk to Liam because he's around all
Yeah,
the time.
Liam's around all the time. Well, we missed a shot that he just left.
What?
Liam left. We can't let the.
Oh well, there's this thing called technology, Danny.
Phones?
We can text him.
You can't text them.
No, you're right. Liam's dead. We'll
Yeah.
never reach Liam ever again.
Prayers up.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
All right,
Moment of
Lee,
silence.
Fly high.
I wish I had another fart on cue, but I don't.
The disrespect, bro. The
Yeah.
disrespect.
It's just juju on his
Desecrate
grave.
someone's moment of
Did you
silence.
say Juju on his grave?
I don't
Danny, I swear to God, I hate you more and more every day.
Uzi Romero.
Danny does this fun little quirk where he makes his voice really high pitched and says stupid things, and I want to punch him in the throat every
What did I
time he does
do?
it.
What was I happy about yesterday? Well, what was I happy about yesterday that made you do that?
I don't even remember what made you happy. I just remember
be getting
you
happy, Danny?
making the noise,
get
and I
happy?
get violent. You want to? I'll give you permission to do one.
Wow, yeah, that made me want to punch
Yeah,
him.
right. You want to punch him in the throat?
No, I'm kidding. Maybe like hit him with a blast.
No,
double leg or
this
something.
happens frequently. Like you heard it just once. When you hear it all the time, you want to hit him.
Dude, Danny, I feel like part of it is like you're not committing all of the way to the you know what I'm saying?
No, it's the fact that he has to go out of his way to even do it at all.
That's what it feels. It
feels.
feels like you're overextending. Like try doing it one more time.
No, just don't. Just say like
Danny, don't-
woo like a regular
I
person,
don't wanna
or
get
like meme
s-
on it and hit a moist critical. Go yeah, baby, woo.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what we're waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo.
I'm genuinely happy.
So, Danny, one more time, just for the.
Do I have permission?
He doesn't have permission.
Don't ask.
He used his one. He used
He's
his
like,
one.
that's-
Ask him for permission.
I-
He's gonna kick
will
me in the
hit him on
throat.
camera.
He'll kick me in the throat. I don't want to get kicked.
Kicked you? Has he kicked you in the throat before?
No.
I have punched him.
If I pull up a body map,
Many a
can you show
time.
me where he's hurt you? We'll get CPS in here.
Yep.
Instantaneously.
And then tell him how many times you deserved it.
What if?
Not
What if?
every-
100% of the
I
time.
wouldn't say every time. I'd say every once in a while you just like
Danny will just say something like outrageously stupid
Okay.
to the point where the only reaction is violence.
Okay. Right.
No, sometimes because I think it was one time because every I'd say like almost every morning whenever like I walk out of my room and you're like cooking or whatever, we'll like do like a little like a quick flex.
Well, yeah, you flinch every time, even though I don't even like throw a punch or anything. I just turn around,
Well,
and then
actually-
Danny's like,
Danny, I think
Well, recently you
It's-
switched
it's
to
not
you're
a-
abusing him.
it's
man.
not a domestic abuse relation. It's I literally
That's what that means, dude.
let me make a case for myself.
Okay.
So I haven't hit Danny incredibly often, but when I have, it's been hard.
But I will say you have switched to tickling recently.
Yes, I switched over to tickling.
That's a more family-friendly option.
Yeah, it's mostly because it actually hurts Danny more than punching.
Yeah, 'cause
Okay.
I'm very
enough.
ticklish.
Danny, I think.
No.
What if Danny just left, dude? Danny, I
would.
think Kyle, would you care if I train Danny to like judo throws and
Anti-tickle.
anti-tickle?
Anti-tickle.
Like,
It's
like when you go to tickle him, he goes for underhooks. And he just
Well,
like gets your back or something and like chokes you out.
that's a dangerous game.
Or
'cause
like if you go in, you try to like close the distance, he hits you with a jab and then a flying knee.
Masvidal.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Danny should get the chance to defend himself
I
I don't-
can't.
every
don't-
once in a while.
I can say with full confidence, Danny can't defend himself against me.
I can't. Well, I can't. I don't defend myself against anyone. That's
Dude,
why-
I you know what though? I will say, apart from the time where I hit Danny with a 1-2 head kick this morning, which
Yeah.
was crazy,
yeah, it's just
that was the cleanest technique I've ever done.
Yeah.
His defense is not bad. Ah,
I just scrunch up.
yeah, you just
Yeah.
scrunched up, and you did. There was one other point where you did turn your back to me, which is not a bit like if you ever
Yeah,
fight
well,
someone,
yeah.
it's not a It's not something you
I
want.
think I like tried to clinch up. We got to like a clinch, and I hit him with like the Conor McGregor.
Yeah, he
like,
did. He got me with that.
shoulder.
For sure.
shoulder thing.
He got me with that. I wish more of my male friends would want to spar me, because it's not like I
Well,
get
that-
it's like an ego thing, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have no ego. Like it's
no, you willingly did it. But I'm saying like some of my other guy friends, they'll be like, bro, nah, bro.
I
No.
fight when I have to, and it's not something that I'm proud that I
No,
do.
yeah, no, I'm not like I don't do it out of ego. I just do it because I like to. I like the sport aspect of it. Like I like the gracefulness. I don't like to, like the guys that are like when it's go time, I black out
yeah.
and all I see is red. Like I'm not that type of
I
guy.
apologize. We re-signed LaMarcus Joyner, so
Nice.
It's a good thing for the Jets.
Nice.
You
I
know who I'm
wanted
talking
to.
about, right?
Yes, I believe.
What position does he play?
Sounds like a corner.
No, he's a safety.
Same thing.
Dang, it was tough.
It's a
But
deep
I-
back. I was close enough.
But we could actually talk about that though. I mean, like I wanted to for my podcast, I wanted to box my co-host.
You
On
want
air.
to box
Spar.
Nigel?
Spar.
Did
Spar.
Nigel accept?
Nah, no, he wasn't game. He didn't want to. He was like, "You're gonna beat the shit out of me," and I was like,
That's fine. You know, it's cool.
See, I told you it was gonna slip one of these
It's
times.
fine. Shout out to Nigel, by the way. I love Nigel.
Yeah, Nigel's a good guy, but he was like, "You're gonna destroy me." I was like, I don't think I'm as good as you think I am, buddy. But I think it's a big thing with guys where it's just kind of like they don't want to, I think it's connected to the ego, getting like thrown around, tossed around.
Well, the thing is, like, for someone that will hopefully never be in a situation where he has to fight, or where I have to fight. You just go in. I just accept that I'm gonna lose. So I just like.
What a horrible mindset to have, Danny.
Well, I mean, because at this point in time, the
Oh.
way I look at it is that there's so many forms of like MMA. You never know what this person knows. Like the person can be like 4'6", and like I'll be like and then but he'll be like a black belt in jiu-jitsu and just get my back and just and then I'll be like choked out. And there's no tap outs because it's a fight. There's no reffing like that. It's just like you're done until you're out.
Well, most MMA guys will try to de-escalate the situation before even getting into it. So if you have a guy that's really willing to fight, just assume that he doesn't know anything.
The only way I will actually fight is if I'm in a state of extreme rage.
Right.
Like that's the only way I'll break that
I have a set of
threshold.
parameters for sure. Where I would
Like
actually
I never just like step in and I'm like, yo, let's fight. Like you have to have like done something to me personally or someone who I
yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
stepping up for like that's one thing. Like if like let's say if someone gets like punched, if one of my friends gets like punched in the mouth, then like I'll go down, I'll accept the loss, but I'll go in like to defend my friend.
Well, Danny, you're a bigger guy though. You're 6'2". That means something.
Well, yeah.
If you know how to use it.
Yeah, I'm not strong. That's the thing. Like you've seen, I can't lift that.
Yeah,
much.
Danny's you've been better, but Danny's not very
strength
strong.
is like, listen. I feel like most fights get taken down to the ground, but at first, if you use your range, that's just textbook boxing. You know what I'm saying?
I've tried to give Danny a few pointers here and there.
Well, you told me the knife thing.
Oh,
knife?
we're not going to go into
Yeah.
that. We spent the
Detroit urban survival training.
yeah, no, we spent the night on knife defense, just like messing around,
Right.
and then it turned. Yeah, it's like basic.
Oh,
It's
can you teach me? I want to learn knife defense.
Well,
it's-
we determined
it's
that.
just it's dependent on grips, and
Yeah.
you mostly go for wrist control.
Yeah,
It's
well, we
basic.
determined
that
that
makes
if
sense.
it's like this and it's going that way, just run.
Yeah, no, if someone holds a knife
Like the-
out, yeah, just run. You're
The
done.
Freddy
Yeah,
from
okay,
okay.
you're done.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do.
Is that because they're nice with it? Like
Yes, and also if they do this, it's just going through your hand. You
Oh,
can't.
right.
You're not slapping that.
but you
out of
can't
the
like
way.
come over
And
it
if they
grip
come
it.
across, you can't. Yeah, there's no
Yeah,
defense.
I
It's
guess,
just-
You're done.
Because some
If-
people will just hold it like a sword. And
yeah,
like,
if they
that's-
hold it like this, they're a clown, and you can do anything you want with them.
Giving out free
But-
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Do
crazy.
you remember that time? Speaking of clowns, do you remember that time when it first came out and people would just dress up as clowns?
Oh yeah, that was a peak time, bro.
What was that? I thought that was before it.
No, I think it was because of it. But I
That was
remember.
2012 or something like that.
No, that was
No,
like
it
that was there.
well
I was in high
after.
school for
Yeah,
that.
we were in high school when that was going.
Because
on.
I remember
My sense of memory is very not good.
I think that was our
No bueno.
sophomore year of high school.
it was either sophomore year or junior year. But I remember it because on cross country, the coach was like, "Oh, by the way, look out for these
Watch out for
clowns.
the clowns.
Look out for the clowns." So it's like running a pack. So like, And like someone said they saw one, but obviously they didn't because like
Everyone's school said that they saw one on the premise. Never actually happened.
well, yeah. I mean, we did have them we actually did have a few. Like,
That's
people,
so interesting too. It's like one of those cases of mass hysteria.
But like, they're
What
not
Kyle said for sure,
yeah.
too. I mean, like, it's just like it's one of those things where you kind of everyone gets swept up in the chaos, and so it kind of the movement. If what I'm trying to say is, I bet that the clown movement wasn't as big as it felt to a lot of people, just because it was like.
Wasn't.
Did you guys see the new Batman?
Not yet.
Not
I
yet.
want to see it really bad.
Okay,
I
I'm not
heard
going to
it's
spoil
really
anything,
good.
but at the beginning
Would
of
you
the
say
movie,
yes or no? Like,
yes,
yeah, it's good. Okay.
I don't think it's as good as everyone thinks it is, but I think it's very good.
Okay.
Still, at the beginning of the movie, this is not a spoiler. He kind of describes basically how Batman works, and it's like the crooks. I can't be everywhere in the city, but essentially every shadow in every like musty hallway
Is the Batman
yeah.
to
to them. And that's the same thing with the clowns. Is like every time you look into the forest, because I remember being over at my friend's house and she had like a tree line behind her house. Every time I looked there, I swear to God, I saw a clown. So that was kind of just I feel like what happened.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like I feel like in that situation though, like because we're runners, so like we're all very confident.
You can just hit the jets.
Yeah, we can just bolt away because we're running at the moment. So we could feel like, oh, this would just be like a sprinting workout if we see one, so it's fine.
That's my thing. Every time I walk down the street, I'm like, if someone grabbed my phone out of my hand right now, there's no way they're outrunning me.
Well, you're fat. Kyle's the opposite of me. I'm very slow, but I can go for a while.
Yeah, Danny can run for like miles and not be affected in any way, shape, or form.
Kyle can sprint like 100.
I have insane burst speed and I die. So I can go like 100 meters and then collapse.
Are you? I've seen you. Actually, you're pretty fast.
I'm a little combination of both. I can do long distance
because I see you running every once in a while. I see you running around the.
I got nice jets.
Yeah,
I got nice jets. Yeah, I mean, like when it comes down to like bursts of speed, everywhere but the basketball court. I'm like Danny, you see me play the most.
You've gotten so. You have gotten so much.
We could have this conversation in a second if you guys don't mind, but. On the football field and just in sprint situations, I feel like I'm a little mixture of both. I am trying to get better with basketball, though.
You have gotten better.
And he also does me playing football. I run like 3 routes and then I'm on the ground.
Oh, that's most people. And I think even if you're necessarily not that fast, if you have cardio, when we're just
because after high school football, I did nothing.
No cardio.
I did nothing for like 3 years. So I literally just sat around.
And then the 1 year we tried to,
the
world ended.
Bovid showed up.
We said self-care 2020 halfway through.
Yeah, and then everything exploded.
Yeah, so I was.
We were doing good. We committed.
Yeah.
We went. What was that? Like 3 times a week.
Yeah, remember.
What I will say about Danny is like he'll drop you off on the court and then go and get like pancakes and chicken fingers afterwards.
That's everyone who's actually athletic does that shit.
Yeah. No, Danny is athletic.
Yeah,
Danny's like one of those guys where
only
he's
athletic on the basketball court.
Yeah, he'll be giving me buckets for sure.
Danny on the football field.
I can catch
tall body.
I can catch the ball.
A tall body. Nothing else. Actually, no. You played good defense.
Thank you.
I do remember you played good defense last time we played.
Thank you. Well, I was on Liam. Like Liam.
I remember the first time.
And also the quarterback was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first kid was bad. Kid was bad.
You're good. You're good.
I caught myself. Yeah. We're good. We're good.
Yeah, you said A. You said okay.
But no, the first time I played basketball with Danny was an interesting experience because I think we were playing a 5-on-5 situation, and Danny walks in. And I think him and I might have been the last 2 picks, and me for good reason. And obviously, because they didn't know Danny was like that. Mm-hmm. I knew Danny was like that at the time because I had seen him play. And I was like, I just turned to the guy that's guarding me. I'm like, he's going to be lighting him up. And then Danny just started going crazy. Like Danny's man Danny would back him down, hit him with like a shim sham in the post. He was like spraying threes in his face. And I was like, he's like that. Yeah. He's like that. And then I put, after that night, I specifically remember putting Danny's name down on my phone. And Danny, I'll show you. I have you down as Danny (buckets) Riordan, because you gave your man buckets.
I appreciate. First of all, thank you. I needed that ego sesh right there.
Yeah, I always try to.
You have no idea what you've just done.
Danny, you guys are gonna get an argument. He's going to see me on the court.
We've been spending so much time putting him down. You did not need to bring Danny back up.
You know what? There are people like that. Like Ziggy.
I do know Ziggy. Yeah.
Ziggy, yeah, Ziggy's like that too.
I probably do know.
Can I give
who this
Ziggy
is.
credit actually? Because I remember freshman year he was like out of shape or whatever.
No, that's what he got
And
into
now he's just
insane
ripped.
shape.
Now he's just ripped.
And he's 6'7" and ripped. Still
Yes.
can't play basketball though.
But he's ripped.
I
He-
do know this kid. Yeah, I know
he
who
got-
you're talking about. Yeah.
he got- shout out to
That's how
Ziggy.
you know.
Shout out to Ziggy.
Shout out to Ziggy. He's my man.
Yeah, I love. He's a
good
nice guy.
But he's like one of those guys where like if you let it get away from him, he'll start going crazy. Like for instance, the guy that usually makes fun of him, the guy we both know, Jerry.
Shout out to Jerry.
And it's all with love. It's all with love. Maybe do you know Jerry?
Yeah, and I know Jerry
Good
now.
guy.
I met him over the weekend.
But he can't. Oh, that's right. Ed yeah.
Yeah. Well, we
and-
met him before even that was Saturday that we met them.
Well, no, they were at a karaoke. Jerry,
You're right. All right, Friday. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The weekend it was a blur.
Yeah, it was a blur for me, and I didn't even do anything. No, Jerry kind of like kept him in check, and then Jerry stopped keeping him in check, and now he just like walks in and plays on the PS5 in the room, which is not even his. So like, you give someone an inch, they'll take a mile. But I feel like certified. What I will say for Danny is on the court, he is disgusting. I don't know about my game though.
But
Danny,
now, how this translates to Danny is now he can make stupid noises in the room because someone likes the way he plays basketball.
well, Danny, I'm not saying that. Saying you're nice on the
Well,
court.
the thing is, like, I don't think I'm that good. That's the thing. Like, I don't think like I'm like the.
You know that you're better than like the average person, though.
Yeah.
I'm better than the average person. I would say I am. I'd say I'm slightly above average. I'd say Devontae is good.
Devontae is
Devontae, if you play with Devontae, you know Devontae, right?
What is he? What does he
He's
look like?
he's taller than me, big kid.
He's like if all three of us were a human.
There's a lot of kids like that in the
Yeah.
gym. Yeah.
Yeah,
Running
Well, he
fives.
doesn't come to the gym very often
Yeah.
anymore.
Oh, maybe I wouldn't.
No, Devontae's this really big kid.
He's nasty. He's
Yeah.
nasty at every sport.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't guess it because of his size.
Right.
But like if you see him play soccer, he's
Yeah.
awesome.
Like,
Like, even football.
football,
Devon,
Devon, because he's just, but he's like fast too. Like he's like,
Yeah, he's
for his size, like he's
like strangely quick.
like he's faster than me, but
Yeah,
just
that's
saying
not
much.
hard.
But like he's like a bigger kid, so you figure like, oh, like I'd be like fat. No, Devontae, like, because I guarded Devontae once and he just cooked me, and then they just like
Yeah.
mossed me, and I was just like, ugh. And then I just said someone else get on him.
Like
but,
later alligator. I no, dude, Danny, go back to what I was saying. I think I agree. I think you're better than maybe a good 70% of the people that are in. Yeah.
70% where in the
In
school?
the gym that we played in.
I like to think of myself as average playing basketball, and I'm not very good.
I'm definitely
Uh,
below average.
No, I'd
No,
say
you're better than I am.
you're better than Kyle.
Yeah.
I've seen you both play. You're better than Kyle.
Damn.
Yeah, no, I'm not very good. All I can do is play good defense and pass the ball.
You know who's
That's all white guys when we start though.
Yeah, you know
Yeah.
who's nasty too is George.
If you're lucky, you
Well,
have
George is a natural
Yeah.
born athlete.
if you're lucky,
it makes no sense.
if you're lucky as a white guy on the court, like you have maybe the built-in like solid fundamental three in the corner. But I feel like starting
I
out,
cannot shoot.
we all play. Yeah, no, me neither.
I throw the ball like over the backboard. I'm that bad.
we start off with great defense and great facilitation, and that's kind of well, Danny, you've seen me play the most.
Yeah.
Not to sound too narcissistic, but what would you say the pinnacles of my game at the moment?
Well, I feel like the mid range has gotten so much better for you.
Yeah.
The mid range jumper, because when we started off playing, like I would just leave them open and I'd just be like, I'll get
Yeah.
the rebound. But now I have to like heavily guard him from mid. The post fade, you hit me with a really nice post fade.
Yeah, turn around little like
Yeah.
Kobe type of.
You
Not to ever compare myself to that man, but
RIP.
yeah, RIP.
Your defense has gotten a lot better as well. Like you've realized, because I told you he's obviously a lot
I
stronger
took
than me.
all of the tips from Danny.
Yeah, I told him he's a lot stronger than me, but for whatever reason, I was able to just get by him and like just muscle my way through. And I told him like, you're stronger than me. You should be like, he's stronger and quicker than me, so there's no reason why I shouldn't get by. Like, he shouldn't let me by him.
Sometimes you're just longer than people, though.
But he's like, yeah,
Yeah, you do
yeah.
take long strides. I will say, like when you're
on the basketball court, being long is much more important
Yeah.
than being quick.
yeah. But he does stop me a lot more now. Like I can't drive by him as easily as I used to.
Yeah, because I took his advice and I started framing people up with my entire body.
Yeah.
and just
Oh,
keeping
I
as wide as
go
possible.
chest to shoulder,
Yeah.
straight up.
And if they
every
get
time out
mad,
there.
be like, "What's up?"
Yeah,
dude.
I just sit there. I'm like, listen, this is all I can do.
I do. I have
This is
told
all
people
I
that before.
contribute.
There was one time where I did think, to your point, that I was going to get into a fight on the court because the guy was like, "I don't do that fouling stuff, man," and I was like, "Dude, this is literally all I know how to do. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I just have no control over my limbs," and that was like towards the beginning of me playing ball. But I do appreciate it, Dan. My three needs a lot of work.
It's getting there.
And my lay, because there's certain points where I got past
It's
you.
so bad at layups.
Dude,
It's just like like Danny saw today, dude. I would get past him and I would
he just rushes it.
throw it at the backboard. Yeah.
You can't rush it.
In high school, I was like decent at basketball. I'm not what I am today.
Okay.
Today I'm terrible, but that's also because I've played basketball like 4 times.
Yeah. I mean,
In high school though, I had a pretty nasty I had like a hook layup that it was the only way I could lay the ball up.
I think I remember. I think you've done that a couple
Yeah,
times against
probably.
play.
It just went in every time, and that was like the only thing that I could do. But since high school, as in general, remember when Devontae sent us the like intramural sports? And he was like, "Does anyone want to do any of these?" And all I said was, "I'm so far past my athletic prime. This isn't happening."
Yeah, I mean, we tried to get volleyball going freshman year because volleyball is awesome.
Volleyball is a great sport.
Volleyball is so much fun.
But like, I don't want to follow the conventional rules of volleyball though. And I mean, like, the rule set of the sport is good, but like the way
I
you're
want to
supposed
play
to
with my
spike
feet
it,
100% of the time.
right. Like, I just want to just get the ball up. I don't want to have to
If
set
the
it.
ball touches my arms, I'm not playing the sport right in my head. Because I think it's way funnier and way more fun to play with just your feet.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, you're on a different type of
Yeah,
time.
no, I
fair
can't. To me, the normal sport of volleyball is super boring.
Well, there's a sport that's
I know,
that.
but you go and
It's
play
like-
it on sand.
I think it's like Thich Nhat Hanh. No, that's Thich Nhat Hanh is an actual spiritual leader.
It's not Nukem, right? Nukem's when you catch it.
Nukem
No,
might be,
it's like beach volleyball, but just with your feet. So you like do bicycle kicks.
but
when you
I
wanna
think
spike
that's
it.
I think
Yeah.
that is it's like it's from the sport is from Vietnam or something. They use just their feet and their chest or something like that.
I saw a video
be
of
your
it
bag.
on I think ESPN posted or something. Now that's the only way that I want to play volleyball.
No,
I'm a big badminton
And
guy.
I have no eye foot coordination. So I feel like it would be really funny to do.
No, I mean, I like to. I don't know. I usually I don't like it when I'm in the back. When I'm up front by the net, I love just like trying to just spike on
Spike it,
someone.
yeah. Well, you're
Spike-
like 6'2", and you probably get up there.
No, I can't jump. I have no vert,
No vert.
no vertical.
No vert?
Absolutely no vert.
I don't really have a vert.
You can jump higher.
I'm
than
not
me.
even joking. Like maybe this high.
I can't jump at all. I'll show you a video. I haven't think I've showed you this yet either. There's a video of the freshman year. The rim at one of the rims at the court was like bent downwards like a lot, and I was with Steve. Shout out to Steve. But
Shout out.
what's it
Don't
called?
shout out Steve.
I love Steve.
I'm just shouting out whoever you guys shout
He
out.
does
So
not deserve it.
But he
negative Nancy over there.
If you know Steve, you know he doesn't deserve it.
but so we were there, and I was like, Steve, here, I'm gonna try to dunk, get a video of me, and like I just stuff by the rim every single time, and I will show you my vertical. I guess after the video, after the video. I guess after our talk show.
I was always able to jump like fairly high, but I'm afflicted with a really terrible disease called short, so I was never able to touch the rim.
You can get,
Dude, like,
I feel you. The kid we played today, actually, the kid we played with today, tall kid, blue shirt, was the same kid we played football.
oh
the
yeah,
kid
yeah.
that you were
That
guarding.
kid's like,
Hardo, the really tall kid.
Yeah.
he's a sophomore, but he looks like he already graduated like 2 years ago.
He tried so hard during our football game.
He did, and he plays basketball like that too. Like I get the sense, and if he's listening, shout out to you.
I'm
'cause
not
he was-
shouting you out.
he-
You were annoying.
He was I get the sense that he's not the most athletic in the world, but he's very powerful. Like
I couldn't go.
He would get us into the post, and he would just go, "Ugh," and then you'd like hear him, to your point, physically like, and then boom, and then hook.
And
No,
it's,
well,
but
and
he's
it went
like
in every
six, he's
time.
like 6'6". So
With
you
Yeah.
can't
us
guard
in
him.
our football game, he would literally like I told you I ran like 3 routes and I was just like completely winded. I was like before because we switched over to defense because we scored
Yeah.
because they were not very good. And I could not breathe. I'm sitting on the ground with my hands over my head, and I go, dude, can we take a rep off? I'm literally dying. And he just doesn't answer me and then proceeds to full sprint the route. And he did it like 4 times. I asked him, I'm clearly hyperventilating on the ground.
Right.
And he just full sprint the whole time. Like we're not professional athletes. Nah, chew the ice into the mic. Do it. Do it.
All right, fair enough.
Come on, get a little ASMR action.
All right, ready? What I will say about that guy though is that I mean, like he tries extremely hard.
If you ever watch this, I hate you. You're not fun to play with.
I like him. He's a good guy.
But like we're playing these sports for fun.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like that's why I don't respect the people who outside of like standard competitive environments or like even intramural. If you're playing intramural, like that's competitive. We're just people who wanted to have fun playing football on the lacrosse field. And we're not taking it very serious. And if you do take it very serious, like another time when we played, remember those 2 kids were just like almost fighting each other over what down it was. I don't remember if you were there or not.
For sure. But
yeah, I'm sitting there. I'm like, guys, we're adults. No one's really trying that hard.
That's ridiculous. But I do like I like the idea of giving your all, even if it is like a flag or a pickup type of environment.
Okay, you're lined up across from me. I'm on the ground, I'd be like, dying.
No. I'm not saying the guy was right for what he did, but, at least like switch off to someone else. You know what I mean? But I also like, what did you want him to do? Like take a break or something?
Because I took like several breaks while we were on offense.
I'm just thinking about it from his perspective. Like if my man that was guarding me was like, all right, I don't want to do this. I would just try to find someone else, but I also wouldn't want to just like sub out because you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if he could have found someone else. I don't know what who could have subbed in, but yeah, no. If he was I don't know.
You didn't even bring up the funniest part of the game because the kid that was running like all these deep routes and stuff started complaining to the quarterback, and the quarterback.
All right, the quarterback. Hang on,
the quarterback was really nice.
The quarterback, super nice kid, really funny. I whoever you are, I never got your name. I might have, but I forgot it because I'm terrible with names. This kid could not throw the ball more than maybe 7 yards.
Wow.
Like not a very talented arm, but he was probably the second most talented arm there behind maybe me, and I actually played football. So, and I can't even throw the ball that far, but this kid was like...
Maybe we played together. I feel like we might have played ball together.
Maybe. I don't know. I play every once in a while.
I remember playing with a guy that played in high school, and it was either maybe you or a kid on the track team, and they said that they played in high school, and we had a really good, interesting duel. Where the guy was locking me up half the time, and half the time I was making good catches. Maybe that was you, maybe that was another. But anyways, go ahead.
I have no recollection. Where was I? Oh, so this kid he literally no more than 7 yards. So the tall kid, Hardo, he was running like 30-yard sprints down the field. And then he's sitting there and he's yelling at the quarterback. He's like, throw me the ball. Throw me the ball. And the quarterback literally goes, I can't do that. Mid play.
You gotta like run a post route or something.
So he keeps getting on the quarterback, and I realize this. Sorry, I'm still like gaseous right now. That's been sitting there for a while. I needed to get that up. I should be fine now.
Yeah.
I apologize to absolutely no one.
Dude, Danny didn't show it, but that just pissed him off. I know it for.
I've been telling him all day I'm gonna be farting.
Danny was like, I saw the way Danny looked over. He was like,
yeah. Danny, no one's watching this.
I know. We have a like though. We still have a like.
Yeah, I'll take it. Small victory.
I'm gonna watch this back after. This has been a very enjoyable podcast.
It's flying by. It's been an hour already.
Yeah, dude.
I'm down
flies every time
for as long as it goes, bro.
So he's now in the huddle pretty much. Like we didn't actually do huddles, but he's standing next to the quarterback, just yelling at him like, I'm open every time. And I'm sitting there and I look at Danny and Danny's like, you're leaving him open, right? I'm like, yeah, 100% of the time. So he finally goes to chuck up a deep ball to him. Clearly can't reach. Right. It goes right into my hands. It was just an easy pick. I took a knee. And then it happens 2 more times. I had like 3 picks off of this kid yelling at the quarterback. And then what was the interaction at the end?
No, the quarterback was this is what I remember. The quarterback, because he's like throw me the ball, throw it deep. And the quarterback, no, I'm the quarterback. I call the offense. I'm the quarterback.
He was like, I'm the quarterback. I do what I want.
Chief. The guy's just like, oh. Then,
Oh, it was so funny.
that was fun. That was fun. I mean, everyone else in that game though was like,
Yeah, they were super cool.
yeah, they were there.
Everyone, like, they were well aware that we aren't trying that hard.
Right.
Like, everyone's mostly jogging, and we're just like hanging out, being friends.
Yeah.
Other than this one kid.
He does. I will say he does seem like, and again, personally, he seems like a good guy because we kind of like chopped it up before Danny got there today.
And
seems like a very
and then
good
like
guy.
even after, like we were like, oh,
Yeah,
we'll
we were
talk,
kinda, like,
it's like a
talking.
group, so.
He definitely puts his all into it. Sometimes when there's no need for sure.
Yeah, but like he caught one pass on me, and you know how tall he is, and how not
He's like
tall I am.
6'5".
It's at least
Yeah.
6'5". He's-
And you know how not tall I am.
Right.
He caught a ball at me, and he tried to do like a stare down at me. I'm like, dude,
Oh, that's crazy.
you're tall. I'm not. This wasn't impressive.
That's wild. I don't know. Maybe he has like Danny and I's respect because he was never like that flagrant.
yeah, like
Oh,
Play football with him, and you're gonna want to punch him in the throat.
well, there was one point where I like turned around and
was this in the 2-on-2 or the 20?
2-on-2.
Okay.
2-on-2 where I turned around and it was on his boy. That definitely didn't know how to play basketball at all because Danny and I would just leave the other kid open
Yeah.
100% of the time and just like stack the box,
He just,
stack the fate, and just trying to stop this other.
But he
kid.
he couldn't get to
Yeah,
him.
yeah, we couldn't. Like I felt like a small person,
Yeah.
and I just like put my arm up and it wouldn't face him at all.
Yeah.
But I spun around and did my patented post fade.
Yeah.
And the guy just goes, "You're not gonna let him get that S word, are you? He can't get that." And I was like, "All right, we are just playing a."
Yeah,
The
like,
thing is, like we were having a conversation with the kid
as it was going.
Well,
yeah.
yeah, not tall kid, like the other kid that didn't know what he was doing, that doesn't play. We were like talking to him about like, because like we were talking about a sour topic for us Iona students at this point in time.
The basketball team and how we lost.
Yeah, so we're talking.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened?
You don't know that our basketball team lost?
I thought we were undefeated.
No, no,
Dear God, I was like, yeah, what rock have you been living under?
Wait. Dude, I'm being dead serious. Were we not? What's our record right now?
we're done.
Wait, you serious?
Oh, we didn't make the MAC championships?
No, we lost in the MAC
first
quarterfinal,
round.
our first round.
Oh,
We got
Yeah.
upset.
Were
We
we
got
undefeated in the season? Then?
No.
Oh.
we were 17-3, number
Oh.
1 seed in conference in our conference.
Yeah, I was in conference.
So we're
play.
not making. We're not
We're
making.
not making.
No,
March
we're done.
Madness. We're not making March Madness.
That's so unfortunate. Well, I guess I have been living under a rock, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so my fault, Dan. I didn't mean
No,
to
you're good. So
hijack
we
your
were
story.
like talking about that and like I'm not gonna mention the player, but I just said like yeah, like imagine.
It was Elijah Joyner. It was Elijah Joyner.
We felt well, the first thing they said was we feel so bad for Elijah
Yeah, I mean,
Joyner,
in
'cause
that
that's his last
yeah,
college play.
If you're in that moment, like, yeah, it feels absolutely horrible.
Yeah,
but
like,
Did someone hit the game winner on him?
no,
No,
he threw the last possession out of bounds.
and that was his last college play
Oh,
ever.
Yeah.
Which
Again, like
stinks.
you feel
I
terrible
feel terrible
for him.
for him. I feel terrible
But
for all
at the
teams,
same
dude.
time, like as a fan, you're gonna be upset.
Oh yeah,
clearly.
it goes both ways. Like you don't hate the
Yeah,
hate
but
the
you
player.
appreciate
Yeah.
him for leaving it all out there on the court for sure.
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
Shout out to him.
But go ahead, my fault.
Well, that was it.
Yeah,
Like,
that was it.
that was kind of what happened. Like I was just saying, like, we were having a conversation during the game, and the kid was just going like back down. Like I'm talking to your friend.
Yeah. He definitely was in the heat of.
I would describe him
Competition.
as a nuisance.
Well, that's the thing. It's like he was very nice. And
He was nice to us. Like he was nice to us, and like he didn't call like any fouls or anything like that.
No,
And-
yeah. Because
Like,
we
he was,
definitely
like-
were hacking him. We were letting him.
Yeah,
have
no,
it down there.
I smacked it. I like smacked him on the arm. Like,
Yeah,
do you
yeah,
want
yeah,
the
yeah.
call? And he goes, "No, you're good." I'm
It
just like,
was.
are you sure?
Yeah,
He's
it
like,
was.
"Yeah, take it."
So there is that. That
So-
goes towards his credit. It's like we were MJ Detroiting.
Like
him.
what you were
No.
telling Coop to do to me, like we were like literally just like that.
Yeah, yeah,
It was
Good.
just-
He deserves it for what he did to me playing football.
But he was just like, "No, I don't call it." It's like, all right, fair, I respect.
Yeah,
it.
yeah. But he was definitely like. You get the sense that he said that because he wanted to see what he could do while getting fouled.
Yeah,
To feel like a big body. I feel like maybe.
I don't know.
That's. I mean, I don't. You play. I don't call stuff ever, like either.
Yeah, no. And I always tell you, like, if I do something, call it because I want to get better with my defense. But
I just don't.
you've
call
called it a couple times because I told you.
Unless,
like,
yeah, like, unless you if you admit that it's a foul, then I'll take it. But like, unless I
I'll
don't
ask
think it
you
was.
sometimes if it's a foul.
It
Like,
has to
Danny's at a
be-
foul.
I'll never call anything unless it's like incredibly egregious.
Like if you get like shoved in the paint, like I'm gonna be like. You
I don't
pushed
even
me.
care about that. If you like full on hook my arm while I'm shooting,
That's that hard
Like,
rip.
Through
clearly.
through.
the rip through the
yeah.
hard rip through. But no, I don't call. I used to call stuff all the time. Then I stopped calling stuff because like like when we play at home, like I don't call, like none of us call anything. We just kind of just play.
Well, yeah, it's
Although-
just like the flow of the game too. It's a
Yeah.
little bit more physical, a little bit more rough. Like save that whistle stuff for the NBA. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
exactly. Like it's a blacktop court. Like you're just shooting, or like you're just playing with most of the time you're playing with your friends.
Yeah, you're gonna get roughed up anyways. So what's the point of calling? You know what I mean?
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
How do we feel about the question? Just going off of this real quick. How do we feel about the new rules implemented in the NBA, where the game kind of gets to breathe a little bit more, and they're not calling as many offensive fouls?
I
Or
love-
excuse me,
I think it's stupid.
The defense.
you don't like it?
I
Where the offensive players can't like throw themselves in.
Oh,
That's the thing I'm
that.
talking about.
I
Yeah.
I thought you meant how just lackadaisical they are in general.
No.
No, yeah, I love that. Danny knows I was the number one proponent.
I like it. I
people
think it
destroying
lets
bodies
Yeah,
of
guys
each
that's
other.
a go. And like I remember, like I thought it was gonna be one of those things, like like they're just gonna change the rule. But no, first game I think Harden tried it. They just go, no,
Yeah, no.
get that out of here. And it's
Yeah.
like, wow, okay, they're actually like calling it. And then like oh, maybe it's Harden. Then they called it on Trey Young.
Yeah.
Now it's just like, okay, they're really
Then it's
just
everywhere. And then I think even Pat Bev had a. Going back to our boy.
yeah.
Pat
Pat
Bev
Bev,
had,
I
a,
think-
had a very interesting one where he
And
kind of
then-
like threw himself across someone's body and then
And then they're just like, no.
didn't get the call.
And I was like, wow, they're actually like they're doing it. And it's been consistent this whole year.
Yeah, and you really get to see like the guys like Giannis who
Yeah.
are very like, the guys that Harden said, oh, it takes no skill. It's funny enough that like Harden started to have a little bit of trouble at the beginning of the year, and
Yeah.
Giannis was fine when he said all that stuff because it's like the guys that don't have to kind of model their game around just
Yeah.
getting calls like that. And I think I don't know if I can't really be sure because I haven't looked at stats, but I feel like that even equalized a little bit, and everyone's kind of getting used to the new
Well, I mean,
rules.
yeah, like Harden, Harden has this tendency where if he doesn't like where he is, he just plays like garbage. And then once he's where he wants to be, he just plays like a top 5 player.
Yeah,
that
there's a
usually
term for
is.
that.
Yeah.
You can't say it on air, but there's definitely a term
There
for
is a
that.
term for that.
Yeah.
And
You know how much I love James Harden.
We'll
Yeah.
talk about that on our podcast coming up, Danny.
yes, we're shooting an NBA podcast. If you
Where we
want to,
watch a game. That was a very good idea by you. I don't know if you remember pitching me that idea.
I said I said that.
that's
That's
where Danny was at.
Well,
Yeah.
no, Danny went light. You did.
Well, all fair.
All fair, yeah.
All fair.
But
Yeah.
no, Danny did pitch the idea that we watch an
Yeah.
NBA game and just kind of talk regular hoops, which I thought was a very good idea.
Yeah, what I was referencing before was it Rick Barry who brought it up?
Rick Barry, this guy.
Yeah, I think so.
So, for those that are, he
it
shoots
was-
like granny style. With the
Yeah,
free
I
throws.
think it was he brought up on might have been ESPN or something how the refs don't call the NBA by the rules, like just by the book at all anymore, and how like everyone gets away with travels and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean, if you look at it, like if you actually look into it, Rick Barry is actually just not correct.
Well, no, he was right about the moving picks.
The moving picks, okay.
If
he's
you
right.
his biggest point was the moving picks.
Okay, the moving picks he was right, but the travels,
If
like
you look into it, Rick Barry just isn't right.
yeah,
at all.
the
Well, that's also because the gather step.
Yeah, the
rule.
gather
I
step's
still
a
think
whole-
that's
yeah.
There's a lot of
stupid.
I mean, that's
controversy around
it's a
that.
it's
rule,
it's
though.
so like up for interpretation.
Yeah.
rules. Rule.
um,
That's just how it is.
Yeah,
But the
Foley
moving
draws
picks,
for the
I
draw.
feel like I see a moving pick. The moving pick. he's
Yeah, the
right
moving pick is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
There's at least like 50 moving picks a game.
Especially when you get a guy like Steven Adams that can really just like lay
Well, he
someone
doesn't
out.
move. That's the thing.
Yeah, he's
Steven
just a
Adams
brick
is
But
wall.
I'm
He
saying
doesn't
like
need to move.
with those moving picks,
Yeah.
even if you have, I'm just giving examples of guys that are just strong bodies
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
on the pick.
Steve. There's been
He doesn't
there's-
have to move.
I know,
He's
but
just a
he-
brick wall.
There's 2 pick setters.
Is that
What does that
is that
say?
him?
Nah, it's Caitlin something.
What
Like
they
the
say?
person left, so I don't know.
What did they
What did they
say?
say?
VOR. I don't know. It's just gibberish.
Nonsense.
It's not just.
Ah,
But
nice.
anyway, where was I? There's 2 guys in the of my time watching basketball that I've recognized and like, okay, this guy he's a dirty pick setter. Like he's really good at it. Steven Adams and Kendrick Perkins.
Perk 30.
Don't bring Perk into this.
No, Perk.
Do not bring Perk into this.
Perk. You hear-
Fantastic ESPN host as well. Just an absolute monster.
That guy,
So
he's
funny.
constantly out of breath.
but
I
he-
know.
It's
Dude,
so
like,
funny.
Max.
I
Max."
love it when everyone stops talking,
Yeah, you just hear him-
especially
He
during
just
like
keeps on
the
going?
Zoom call era,
Yeah.
where it would cut to like whatever, because you know how they're all on delays,
Yeah.
and it would go to Perk, and it would just be Perk on camera, and he's just. Just like,
You
oh,
ever
Perk,
somebody-
come on,
You
man.
ever see the video of him barking into the camera? Just barking.
Yes, I
I
have.
have not seen that back.
Oh,
I
it's
gotta
really
show it to you
funny.
after we get off the air.
Hey,
That's
Richard
crazy.
Jefferson was like saying like, "Oh, I'll give $500 to whoever makes like the best like meme out of this." And like the video just plays. He goes, Perk just going, it's like live on ESPN. I'm just like, bro.
I do appreciate Richard Jefferson.
I
though,
Richard
'cause
Love
he's
Richard
he's
Jefferson.
actually sensible, but he keeps it lighthearted and
Yeah.
funny
Yeah.
too.
Richard
Very
Jefferson's
witty.
great. There's not many great personalities in ESPN anymore. I don't even like Stephen.
There's
A.
not
Smith.
even personalities. It's just I actually the guy that's podcast I interned for, Dave Rothenberg at ESPN. Shout out to him. He said that Stephen A. Smith, I don't know if it's going to come as a surprise to you guys, doesn't even necessarily know about basketball or any other sports. They just load him up with information and say, "We're
Go.
recording now. Screen." Essentially,
Yeah.
is what
That
happens.
makes a lot of
It
sense.
makes
It
sense.
makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
What's it called? JJ Redick. The new
JJ Redick is-
JJ
yeah.
Redick is phenomenal.
I watch his podcast.
His podcast is great.
The Old Man and the Three. It's
Yeah.
a very good one because you kind of get like an inside look on the NBA lingo and how the players view the media and all that good stuff. It's very interesting.
And JJ Redick is great. Bobby Marks is great. Zach Lowe is great. Off top,
Woj, I know he's not a personality, but I
Woj,
just gotta
Woj,
appreciate
yeah,
Woj.
he's an insider, but I like Woj.
Yeah, he's not a personality though.
Uh,
He has his shows that he goes on to, but not really a personality.
There's a couple other ones that I can't name on top of my head, but
You see Brian Windhurst yet?
I'm not a big Brian Windhurst guy.
You not?
I straight up said on H24 Sports that he said, like we posed the question, "Oh, you think James Harden's getting traded?" And I said no. He goes, "Why not?" And Jacob said, "Why not?" And I told him because Brian Windhurst said so. And I was blatantly wrong. So Brian Windhurst, shout out to you for knowing before everyone else. But yeah, I don't know. I never been a big fan of him. I feel like the reason why he's has a job is because he's like basically just covered LeBron since like high school.
Has he been covered with LeBron?
Yeah.
since
That's why I think that's why he has an ESPN job. I think that like obviously he probably like studied like the field,
No, for sure.
but a big part of it was because he covered LeBron for all that time.
I don't mean to interrupt or put a time limit on things, but our friends are looking for us.
Yes.
So-
yeah, we're
What are we at? An
we
hour
are-
30?
hour 20,
Yeah.
which is this is the second longest one.
I
Yeah.
was hoping to hit 3 hours, basically.
3 hours.
If this would have been any other night, I wouldn't have had an issue. But
Yeah.
we have prior commitments.
Were you guys, you say it on there?
Not really. We're gonna hang out with our friends before we go on
You're-
break.
Obviously,
You
you
guys have
could,
friends? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, you want-
sometimes.
if you want to come down, by
Uh,
the way, you're more than welcome to. Like
Who's there?
I was just
Dev-
like
Devontae,
yeah,
probably.
Devontae, Joey,
Joey.
Vin. I think Vin went home.
Yeah.
Pete, Liam went home. Murph, and then
Yeah.
that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just,
yeah,
it's
just
just
stop
like our friends chilling.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, this has been a pleasure,
Yeah.
guys.
I'll
Thank
let you
Yeah.
plug your show as well.
The Jacob Cooperman Show. We are available on Spotify video, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. I already said Instagram. Basically everywhere that you consume podcasts, Stitcher, the whole 9 yards. Danny and I are going to be doing. We're going to be reprising Spreading the Floor in the format that we talked about. So if you guys want to check that out, we'll be doing that. I think our first episode. We're going to record on the 20th. Got to see what NBA games are going down that day. And then I don't know when the first episode's coming out of that, but yeah, I appreciate you guys having me. I hope can I come back on? Is that I don't want to invite myself back on,
Absolutely.
but this
By all
was
means.
a lot of this is the most fun I've had in a while, dude.
Yeah, it's
Thank
it's
you.
because it's unstructured stuff, off the cuff
But it's
things.
so-
it's
so much
just
better.
way more fun
Yeah.
than scripted.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like you just kind of just go out and talk and like
Yeah.
enjoy
Yeah.
it. And you've been a delight. You've been very fun to talk to.
Yeah, no, it's been awesome, dude.
Thanks, guys.
Shows that you practice shows. Yeah.
yeah. It's not even practice anymore, man. I just enjoy doing it. So, but yeah, no, this has been fantastic. This has been fantastic.
All right, yeah. What's up, guys? I'm Kyle. You'll never learn my last name.
Giatino.
You could.
Damn.
I'm gonna smack him
I mean,
the second we
shoot.
get off air. You could follow me absolutely nowhere because you'll never find me. And
Pull out the Instagram. No, I'm kidding.
yeah, no,
Danny head kick. 1-2 head kick.
He's gonna get multiple head kicks. Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys for listening.
There's no one listening.
And well,
I'll be
for
listening.
people that-
No one makes it
Dude,
this
I'm
far.
gonna be listening to this in my room like sometime this week, and I'll be like, "You're welcome."
Yeah.
I was listening.
Yeah. But I'll say this too. Next week spring break, so
Yeah,
we're
we
back
will
to
not be here. We're
bi-weekly.
back to bi-weekly.
But after break, we will be back in full force.
Try our hardest.
No, we're going to be back. We're going to graduation.
Yeah, remember when we said that the first
There's
week?
no combine this time to block us.
It
And there's
wasn't.
no
No,
Iona
no.
games to block us.
I was willing to do it through the combine. Again, the combine is like Easter break for me. I watch all of the NFL combine except for this weekend because this weekend was very busy with activities. And so I was willing to do the show through the combine because that was the first day of the combine. And then Danny came in the room. He was like, there's also an Iona game on. And I was like, all right, well, I'm willing to do the show through the combine. And Danny goes, are you sure about that?
Well, the thing
Because
is,
he wanted to watch the Iona game.
the way that you were watching the combine was no
No.
talking, just glued
Nope.
to the TV.
Nope.
So I'm like, okay.
Shut up. Do not blame me for this. This was you.
I'm the one that made
This
the
was
call.
you.
I am the one that made the call, but the
I
way
just
he
zoned
was
out for a hot
watching,
second.
I didn't think you're gonna be able to
I-
have a
I
conversation.
could have
because I thought you were
easily
so
done
locked-
it.
I thought you were so locked in.
You would have heard me like flip out at a couple like 40 times and some cool drills, but
He's repping 225 for 17.
well, they don't show that.
Yeah. But
I bug out over. I get so technical because I played football, so like I know
No,
what
and yeah,
good
what it
footwork and
takes.
everything looks like. So
Yeah.
I nerd out over little things like
That's
that.
like me with MMA sparring footage.
All right,
all right.
we gotta wrap it up.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. See you guys in 2 weeks, and take care.
See ya, brothers.